Tom Trong, Pat Manning, you can go ahead and you're a co-host now.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
You want to share your PowerPoint? We'll get started in 2 minutes, folks, with eXp Explained. Awesome. Okay. What's up?
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay. Pat Manning, eXp Realty USA. Yes, sir.
And you know why I say that, Tom?
Tell me.
Because in March, I'm going to Ireland with my wife and business partner, Christine.
Yeah.
And I'd never let an opportunity go by. And while in Ireland, taking it all in, taking in the history, my heritage, I'm also going to recruit a couple agents.
Yes, sir.
Never stop making sure people know what they're worth in this real estate profession.
I totally love it. Absolutely. Yeah. Get busy connecting to real estate professionals in Ireland, right? Because you have the ability to do that. And guess what? There's a second benefit to that, which you already know, but maybe other agents don't know. What's the second benefit to that, Pat?
Business expense. Absolutely.
I don't think I've been in the real estate business now for 18 years. And even if the IRS is listening in, I don't care. I legitimately write off every one of my trips because I have at least one meeting, one conversation with a real estate agent wherever I go around the world. When I went to Greece a year and a half ago, I set up 2 appointments, one with a brokerage owner, one with an agent in 2 different cities, and I got to write off both of those trips. And you're doing the same. Proud of you for doing that. Because we're independent contractors, right? We're running our own business, right? And with this platform, we have a global reach.
I love the thing that this panel that says, welcome to the metaverse. First of all, we have to remember, in Back to the Future 2, Marty McFly made it back to the future, and it was February 2023. A lot of people don't remember that from the 80s, but we think that was so crazy. It was so much in the future. And metaverse, what's that mean? Well, 20 years ago, if we had said, welcome to the internet, people would have just been scratching their head as well. But we're so used to being part of the global community due to the internet and the metaverse that we already do so many things with. Isn't it about time that real estate comes to the 21st century?
I love it. All right, guys.
I love
right into it. Hold on a second. Let's get right into it. Let me give you the proper introduction. All right, everyone.
Okay.
Welcome to Big Win Wednesday. This is the second portion of Big Win Wednesday. The first portion, earlier we had Debbie Tran and Michael Kaufman. Debbie Tran's an icon agent. You'll learn from Pat Manning who an icon agent is here at eXp, basically a sales rock star who earns 100% commission all the time with eXp, okay? Mike Kaufman was a rookie agent, mentored by Debbie Tran, and in his first 7 months at eXp as a brand new agent, holding down a full-time job as a math teacher in high school, he manages to whip up 4 listings, and he's well on his way to a very successful real estate career, leveraging KV Core, the system that Pat is going to introduce with you tonight in this section, right? So that's the first section. This section talks about eXp Explain, why eXp, this brokerage platform, is the place to be, why agents are flocking to this platform, and why we're the fastest growing and most profitable real estate brokerage on planet Earth right now that has been tracked. After this presentation, for the next 55 minutes, after this presentation, on the next hour, Patrick and I would teach how to build revenue share, how to build a sales organization within this platform, how to have local, regional, global reach without all of the headaches and the liabilities, and how to build a business that you can pass on to your kids. That's the last section of Big Win Wednesday. I've had the pleasure of meeting Pat Manning just about, 9 months ago, Pat?
If that, yeah, about 90 days I've been in the business pretty much, 90 to
All right.
100 days.
Man, times flies around for fun. So 90 days in the business through Kenny Olson, who's also on this call. Pat is out of the Hudson Valley in upstate New York, and he is crushing the business in 90 short days. He's brought on, I believe, 4 agents in his tier 1 and approaching 10 agents in his whole organization. He's a leader. He's a giver. He gives back to his community. He's involved with politics. He's involved in a whole bunch of things. I myself, an 18-year veteran in the business. Prior to this business, I own my own brokerage, 4 offices, 120 agents, 4 franchise offices. I sold it late 2014. I worked for the same company for the next 3.5 years. And 5 years ago, I found eXp Realty. I saw this model that Pat and I are going to share with you, and that changed my life. My organization today is in 37 states, 5 countries, almost 1,200 agents, strong sales agents in 37 states, 5 countries. And this platform right here allows me to do that. Pat, what else you want to share about yourself? And then we'll get going, and then you take it over.
I think you hit it over the head here. You know, I've been in a short period of time, but I understand what this could mean to me and my legacy. And as you said, it was just a few short weeks ago that Kenny Olson contacted me, a dear friend, an old friend from a long period, and said, you know, I know that you've been in real estate, Pat, since you were 18. You're like, darn right. My mother had a family firm. It was a boutique firm. She was not part of the old dinosaur franchises. She just knew how to do it herself. But that worked in the 80s and the 70s and the 90s, but it doesn't work today. But be that as it may, my mom had worked till the day, literally, that she died. So she loved what she did, but you shouldn't have to work it that long and that hard. So when I was sitting here wondering, when, you know, I was left with the real estate firm, I was saying, you know, I had a whole long life, as Tom said, in politics. I was in elective office for a long period of time as a state assemblyman. I consulted throughout the Northeast. I've been in other businesses. I do a lot of short-term rentals, but the bottom line is, through that whole time, I continue to be the same broker that I was when I turned 21 and I got my broker's license. I loved real estate, putting people together, helping them get into a home that they were going to have and make memories for the rest of their lives. So when Kenny called me and said, I need you to speak to this guy, Tom Trong, he's a huge influencer in eXp. He understands what you've been thinking about, Pat. It's about legacy. It's not just about real estate. It's about legacy. What are you leaving for your next generation? And I had to take the phone call, and thank God I did, because the bottom line is, it has truly started to change my attitude, not only about the about how I conduct business, and you heard a lot of it from you know, the last hour about how you're able to use the tools that we have to hypercharge your real estate business, but more so how I can help other people get involved with, not only 1, knowing what they're worth as a real estate professional, but 2, come be part of the largest and fastest growing real estate brokerage in the history of real estate. I love this panel because it says, real estate pros, what do they want in 2023? Leads, training, tools and support, make money. You're like, wait a minute, I do this to make money. The power company doesn't need to know how I get leads. They just want me to pay the bill. And I'm like, no, listen, you need to know you're with a company or a business platform that has those 3 top things: leads, training, and tools and support. Because if you don't have those 3, you're never going to make the money that you should be making. Then we can talk about how you keep more of the money. You remember that old commercial? And it's not about the money you make, but it's about the money you keep. Well, I'm telling you, it's about both of those things. So we want you to make a boatload of money in the time that you have on this planet, and then be able to, you know, send it away and have it come back with some friends. That's what we teach here: leads, training, tools, and support. And let's get into that. And Tom, if you would, please jump in, because, you know, everything I talk here is because of you and Kenny, because you've been such great mentors to me.
I love it. You're doing great. I'm right here for you. Yep.
All right.
I'll interject whenever I think I might add value, but you're doing awesome. Go for it, Pat.
I appreciate it, my man. You know, I love this because this saying says it all. You're out of business if you don't have a prospect. I dare say you're out of business. I've always told my people, you are unemployed the moment you take that commission check and put it in the bank. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of stress. So you need to have something to be able to keep that funnel full with prospects, with leads, with people you can talk to, with people that you're going to have to massage. So if you don't have that ability to have prospects or to find prospects, I remember when I first got involved, I would spend the weekends at the real estate office. I had weekend duty, desk duty, and I would sit there and we'd have a local newspaper. We'd put an ad in, and I hope somebody would walk through the door because that's all we had. Remember, we didn't have the internet, let alone the metaverse. Now we have something called KV Core. Now, I know some of you real estate professionals know what KV Core is, but I got to tell you, I was a real estate professional and I didn't know what KV Core was. It was the new platform, the top platform to be able to do everything you need in order to get a lead, talk to prospects, talk to customers, lead generation, a CRM. Does everybody know what CRM means? Customer relation management tool. Some of you are like, maybe I don't know the computer that well, but that is, we're going to get into that regarding training, but that is the essence of what eXp Realty is all about, making sure that you have the tools in front of you, and then we train you how to use a website, an IDX, internet data exchange, meaning how you're able to get those listings that you see on the multiple listing service and get them into the hands of potential clients, potential people who are looking, possibly kicking the tires on getting into a new home, but they don't know what's out there. You're able to give it to them in the social media. And I'm telling you, more people are using social media in order to find their agent and in order to find that listing more than they're ever going to go walking through a brick and mortar door. Brick and mortar is yesterday's news. It's about getting to the people the way they want to be gotten to, which is through something like KV Core. Now you can buy KV Core. You can get the website, your own personal website. You can funnel listings so people can see them. You can talk about listings that are on the MLS, but your picture and your phone number is on there as well. So they can come and talk to you because you offered that off to them. There's even a pay-per-click feature, but as we just heard in the last hour, we don't need to pay right now. Don't pay for things when you get it for free. And this is what I mean. Now you could go and spend $6,000, $7,000 and get KV Core for yourself, the Cadillac of lead generation systems. eXp, they give it to us for free. You understand? So you can go and you can spend $7,000. You can go to Zillow and spend money and pay through the nose for leads that that you're going to have to pay someone else for the ability to get them for free here at KV Core. That's why KV Core, it's called the Zillow killer. Now, when I tell real estate professionals it's the Zillow killer, they're like, oh, I get it now. So you know more about the internet than you thought. Like I said,
and by the way, guys, Pat, by the way, for those who joined the first session of Big Win Wednesday, we had a rookie agent, Mike Kaufman, on. Instead of him having to pay $7,000 a year like everyone else has to pay because he's with eXp, he gets it for free, like Pat just said. And he uses KV Core, and in 7 short months, he has 4 listings as a rookie agent. And this is what we're talking about. Back to you, Pat.
Thank you very much, Tom. Tom, this will be, God forbid, not for a long time, but God forbid on his tombstone, invest 1 hour a day for 21 straight days. You'll generate more leads than you know what to handle. I asked him, Tom, what did you have for breakfast this morning? He said, Pat, I spent the hour eating oatmeal and spending 1 hour a day, as I will, for 21 straight days. I got more leads than I know what to handle, because he understands that we need not only to have these tools for you as an eXp professional, but be able to make sure you use them in the right way. And I dare say, I am finding that as I spend at least an hour a day, not reading text, but actually interacting and using the tools that are here through the system of training that we have, that I see that listings are coming in. Those people that I've sponsored who are in my rev share, you're going to learn about in the next hour, they're using KV Core and they're using the tools, and we're having fun with it. Isn't real estate supposed to be fun? Now, there's also tools and benefits for the eXp commercial professional as well. I do residential and commercial, but there's also eXp commercial. And that's a whole division that I'm not involved in, but Tom, I know you had your hand in that one.
Yes. If we
Is-
have any commercial agents, please raise your hand. Please type in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to skip through these commercial slides. Go ahead, Pat.
Okay, well, good deal. Just know that that's how seriously eXp takes the whole commercial division. That's why the top commercial brokers are now also moving to eXp as well. There must be a reason. I heard that almost in every single state, the number one and number two agent within that state are now with eXp. Why are the top people coming to eXp? For things like this. Again, training. Okay, I showed you you can get the leads. Now let's talk about the training. Now, don't let the metaverse scare you. You're in it all the time. Remember Blockbuster? Remember you had to run like a crazy person speeding to Blockbuster so you didn't get a late fee, and then they would give you a you didn't rewind it fee? Now we have Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Cash App, Venmo, on it goes. So please don't tell me you don't know how to use the internet, because we can't survive in this world where we don't have the ability to buy, to shop, to learn more through the internet. Why then wouldn't we make sure that every real estate brokerage is part of this unique model that's not so darn unique anymore? Well, eXp is part of that model. That's how we can be an international cloud brokerage. Let me explain what that means. We have something called eXp World. Now, I can remember when I had a problem, I'd have to wait for my mom to get home because she was my broker in order to be able to say, Mom, can you explain this to me? We know managing brokers, or your broker or your franchise owner, and you're waiting online and you're texting them now, you're hoping they'll get back to you for maybe the most mundane question. Why should you have to wait when we have the metaverse at our, at our fingers? Why should you have to wait to make sure that certain things are taken care of? So when the closing's coming, you're not going to be caught short and not be able to get your commission check. Why can't you figure out how to do certain things by going on to the metaverse in order to learn about how to do X, Y, or Z, or learn from the top icon agents? We'll explain to you what they are in a second, but the top of the top, the cream of the crop agents through our training module. It's all found in eXp World. Now that's run by a company called, I should say a platform called Verbella. Now you're probably not going to know what that is, but a lot of people who do know what it is are pretty, all that. Stanford Business School, they use Verbella. US Navy SEALs, Verbella. MIT Management School, Verbella. Here's the cool thing. eXp owns Verbella. That's what our CEO, Glenn Sanford's all about. He's like, I'm going to get the best for this agent-owned company that I've created. And then I'm going to, if somebody else wants to use it, please feel free. You're going to pay us a big lease cost. And I don't want to get too far in the weeds, but as they pay eXp a lease agreement, there's something called revenue share plus. We'll get into that in the next hour, but the bottom line is you, as a owner of eXp, you also get a piece of when other people lease Verbella. You know the one group that can't lease Verbella? Other real estate brokerages. We have the exclusivity on the metaverse. That means you can work from anywhere. You don't have these brick and mortar costs that not only stagnate most brokerage, especially the old, dinosaur franchises, or the boutique agencies like my mom had. But the bigger thing is you don't have to pay desk fees or franchise fees or fees on top of fees in order to pay those ridiculous costs. It's all baked in as you being part of an eXp, as an eXp professional within eXp Realty. So no expensive leases, no ridiculous waiting for your commission checks or having to take the check and put it in a bag. How many of us had to take a check, put it in the bag, wait for the managing broker or the person to grab the bag, bring it to the corporate office, but another week after you've done all your work before you get your check? How about taking a picture of a check and getting it direct deposited? That's the metaverse. So if I can give you all of that as part and train you how to use it, wouldn't that be something to be able to speed up your transactions to make more money. Tom, am I doing all right? Am I
You're doing awesome, man. Keep going. You're crushing it.
Okay, workplace. You know, a workplace is a collaboration platform. That's just the same way we go into community forums within Facebook and we talk about what's going on in our town. Well, the same way, probably a heck of a lot more civil, you'll find in workplace. This is where agents within the eXp world speak to each other, state to state, country to country. Referrals, we work together making sure all boats are lifted in this tide. You're a boat, I'm a boat, big ocean, lots of money out there. Let's help each other. So we actually, I'll talk to someone saying, hey, here in upstate New York, I got somebody who wants to have a winter home in Florida. I got any Fort Myers agents? Somebody in the workplace in the Florida state group said, hey, I'm here, I'll help out. And we both make money. Isn't that what it's all about? Isn't it about raising all, but having the tool to raise all boats is what workplace is all about. We, again, eXp Commercial even has their own brand and their own way of doing things. Now, I know somebody is like, you said brick and mortar a couple times, Pat. So you're telling me there's no offices? Now, let's talk about really the elephant in the room. And let's be transparent and real. Especially since the pandemic, people don't go into offices. Now, you might say, no, that's not me. I love to go into the office. And you go into the office, and I get it. And you touch the computer, or you touch the copier, or you stand by the water cooler and you talk a little bit with the managing broker. But most of the time you're in your car, you're on the cell phone that we didn't have 30 years ago, right? You're at your home office, you're on Zoom. Thank God for Zoom. If there was anything that came out of the pandemic that was worth talking about, it was Zoom. But the point is, eXp gets it. So they're going to give you, instead of you having to pay, because you're paying for an office through your fees, how about we just give you 3,000 locations around the world, the Regis co-working spaces. As you can see here with the pictures, the top of the top in professional looking spaces, conference rooms, places to use your laptop, places to meet with professionals or your clients. All part, your membership, all part of your eXp membership. Being an eXp realtor, being an agent allows you also to be part of Regis. Live training, over 80 hours of live training each week. Now that's, again, with the icon agent. We're going to show you what it means to be an icon agent in a few seconds. But needless to say that an icon agent is the top of the top. And what we do, we take care of them in a big way at eXp, but we ask them to pay it forward. And we ask them to take the expertise that they have or the skill set that some people have not refined, and we ask them to do live training to teach all of us how to lift ourselves up and be able to make this, if you're part-time, make it full-time. If you're full-time, make it, make it a joy. Let alone thousands of hours that are already archived. And you can see the training calendar here. I mean, hour after hour of live stuff. It could be major issues in the real estate industry, or it could be issues that are specific to your own state, but we do it all as part of the eXp world. There's even an eXp Commercial Academy. So training and getting you the tools that you need has never been an issue. But people want to know, is somebody going to be there? I get it. Okay, we do have a type of office. We do have this metaverse. Is there real support? Well, I'll tell you right now, with over 1,900 support staff in the eXp world, there's more people waiting for your phone call and waiting to help you than you have in your present brokerage. No disrespect to the Remaxes or the Century 21s or the KWs or any boutique brokerage that might be out there. It's just the economy of scale. When you're the fastest growing real estate brokerage in the history of real estate, you can give things to your professionals. There must be a reason why we're growing by like 1,000 agents a month, why we're going to be the largest, probably by the end of next year, probably the largest real estate brokerage in the world. Why? Because we have real-time support that makes sure around the clock in transaction management, and pretty much every waking hour that you're going to be awake doing business, we have transaction specialists making sure your deal gets done and done correctly, that you get the answers you want. Now, I love this, Tom. You gave me this slide, I forget, about a month and a half ago. It's already old. It's
It's
already,
already old.
that's why we got to be part of the metaverse,
That's
because we
right.
got to keep up. Well, let's see, Dubai, we're in Dubai now. We're in Poland now, right? We're probably in something that we're in a new country that happened since we've been on the internet in the last half hour. You know, eXp is growing, and it's growing by leaps and bounds, because you can't keep a good idea down. And why shouldn't we be, if we are more than ever, we're closer as a world, why shouldn't we be working as real estate professionals within the world? And as you heard me say, you know, this weekend I'm going to Kentucky, visit relatives, but I'm going to do business in Kentucky. Who do I know in Kentucky? Next month, Ireland, and on it goes. Who do you know on the world stage? We have eXp Enterprise. This is if your website in KV Core, if you had a restaurant, that would be the where the seats are, where the cash register is, where you say hi in a, let's say, a pizzeria. Back here in eXp Enterprise, this is your kitchen. This is where the sauce is made. Okay, this is where you can find out about your team. You can find about your information as an agent. You can see your commissions coming in. You can make sure everything's in the right place at the right time. Transactions that are paperless. Think about the paperwork we used to do 20, 30 years ago. Now everything, DigiSign. Things I can send to my clients. I don't have to meet them if they're busy people, because we're all busy. How about the idea of just uploading all the documents, not the day before the closing, running around trying to find your lead paint form? No more. You upload everything like you would upload a contract or a photo. You upload to SkySlope, and it's all transactions, all taken care of, all part and exclusive to an eXp agent. Branding, business cards, brochures, abilities to make videos. You can buy your signage here. We got all that and a bag of chips, all for you in eXp, the kit and the caboodle, as I always say, right, Tom? So anything that you need, you can find, including, which I love, the ability to take a listing that you have and turn it into, from a meme to a video, all through your eXp Enterprise. Leads, training, support. You got the trifecta here. Now you're going to make money. You're going to have to work hard not to make money now, but shouldn't you keep more of it in your pocket? Should Warren Buffett or Gary Keller or any other billionaire that owns a lot of these brokerages, should they be making money on the back of your labor? Let's take a look at the way it should be when there's an agent owned, agent grown, agent success obsessed, as my dear friend Kenny Olson always tells me, obsessed with agent structure and agent success, eXp. Let me show you what we do. Now, Tom, do you want to touch on this? Because this is what you showed me,
Sure.
which blew my mind.
Sure, sounds good, folks. So at eXp, every agent, by the way, Pat, you do an amazing job, and you're perfect timing, man. At eXp, every agent who's closed at least 3 or more transactions in the past 12 months prior to joining eXp, you automatically start at 80% split. We don't have any desk fees, we don't have any royalty fees, and no franchise fees. That means a pure 80%. For the rookies in the room, you start at 60%, and we match you up with the local market mentor who will help you through your first 3 transactions. You earn 60, the mentoring team keeps 20, and the company keeps 20. For the rest of us who've done 3 more transactions, you start at 80%. At 80%, we deduct just $25 for broker review fee and $40 for errors and omissions. That's it, 65 bucks. When you sell about $80,000 in gross commission income and you pay the company 20%, which is $16,000, you then cap in the New York market, in my market in Massachusetts, the most market around the country. If the average sales price is $400,000, 8 homes will generate 8 homes at 2.5% commission would generate $80,000 in GCI, gross commission income, and you would have paid $16,000 in, earning 80% commission. On the 9th home, you will go graduate to 100% commission. And from there on out, we deduct just $250 per cap transaction fee. And oh, by the way, I see some real estate investors on this call. Real estate investors, if you, or even homeowners, we give you 3 transactions, 3 personal transactions each and every year at 100%. You just pay the fees, the cap transaction fees, okay? To get started, it's just $149 to get started one time. That's it, guys. When I owned my brokerage, I owned 4 franchise offices. I had to pay $25,000 per franchise. And that was just to use their branding and their name. And it was totally inferior to what you guys are getting here for $149. Thereafter, monthly fee is just $85. That's it. 80-20 split. When you cap, you go to 100%. That's the compensation plan. How cool is that? If you're a rock star agent on this call, get back to the person who invited you and ask him to help you crunch the numbers. I did that with an agent earlier today in the Regis office that Pat was just talked about. This agent did $40 million in sales volume. Her take-home pay was about $300,000 with eXp. She would have taken home over $425,000. With this compensation that you're showing here, that we're showing here, she would have made an extra $125,000. Next slide, please.
Absolutely. And
Get back to the person. Go ahead, Pat.
No, I'm sorry, Don. I just wanted to say, I'm talking to folks at, let's say, Keller Williams, and because when I see them talk on social media and they're like, I cap. Now, so many people don't even know what a cap is, because all they know is they get paid 60-40, 70-30, and they have no chance of even going to 100%. It's just not in the model. Their broker can't afford it. But I love when Keller Williams, somebody says, oh, I just capped. And they, yay, congratulations. And I'm like, my God, our cap is 16,000. Yours is 34,500. So you're celebrating the fact that you gave your broker $18,500 more than you needed to if you just would go from KW to eXp. They're all in the same alphabet, but it's so much more money. Thank you, Tom.
All right, we don't have any commercial agents, but we also have a commercial cap of $20,000, unheard of in the industry, okay? If you're a commercial agent, you can part a cap in one deal and graduate to 100% commission. Let's talk about ownership and agent own agent going, Pat, go for it.
Absolutely. As my grandfather used to say, this is the gravy on the mashed potatoes. And this is what really sold me, because I, as most 1099ers, I don't have an exit strategy. So the idea that I could have my own little version of a 401k with stock, that I could have stock ownership in this company, 2 things happen. It makes you realize you do own this company and you're here for other people's success because it's your own success, but more so, I'm getting compensated as a good agent. So I'm getting the best in the cap and the best in the split and all that good stuff. But how about stock? Listen, we're it used to be a penny stock when Tom showed up. It's now when I show up, it's in the NASDAQ. It's real. It's real. It's happening. You can track it. But when you do your first transaction as an eXp professional, you get a $200 worth of eXp shares. You can follow it on, as you can see, the symbol's EXPI. You can follow it. You get your own Merrill Lynch account. Am I correct on that? Yeah, Tom, a Merrill Lynch account where you can actually track the money you're making, how it's vesting, what you can grab immediately. But the point is, you get $200. You don't have to ask for it, that they give it to you. When you fully cap, they'll give you another $400 as a, hey, way to go. Then you'll get $400 in eXp shares when an agent that you sponsor closes their first transaction. You see, when you own your own brokerage, you can make the rules. And Glenn Sanford said, what do you folks want? And they're like, I want stock. Now, when you do, let's say round numbers, $3.2 million in commission sales, you're going to then be capped at that 16,000. You do 20 more sides. Am I correct in that, Tom? 20 more
That's
sides.
right.
A
Yep.
side could be a rental. It could be a listing. It could be a referral. You could list something and sell it. 2 sides. Do 20 more sides before your anniversary year. You become an icon agent. Then they give you back the $16,000 in eXp stock. It's mind-boggling to me that somebody doesn't see this and say, wait a minute, how can they do that? How they can do it is they're not paying for Taj Mahal brick and mortar sites. They're saying the money belongs into your pocket. My God, there's even an agent equity program where you can, if you so choose, be paid take 5% of every transaction that you have in commission and buy stock at a 10% discount. Not just buy it, but buy it at a 10% discount. So you're already making money on that. I have so many people who have joined me now who have said, I was already paying 6 or 7% in franchise fees. Yeah, I'll take 5% off. I'll never even feel it, and I'll buy stock at a 10% discount. Everybody get that? Stock. It's so very important. So it's about making money and keeping all of it. But this, we should really take note, because people struggle. If my father hadn't been a retired IBMer, they wouldn't have had health care, even though my mom worked for over 45 years as a real estate professional. Because most real estate professionals don't have the access to a spouse having health care or affordable health care option. eXp gives you eXp agent health care. I used to bank the money because it was cheaper for me to bank tens of thousands of dollars in case there was a hospital emergency than me buying health care in this beautiful, amazing country. To buy health care, it made more sense to pay out of pocket. Now my wife and I have affordable health care through eXp. Don't take this for granted. One, if you don't have health care, this is money in your pocket that you get to keep in your pocket, but more so, who do you know who's a professional, a colleague of yours that doesn't have health care? So if you look to join us, and I bet you dollars to donuts, you are now seeing why you should be joining us. You're starting to think now, eXp Insomnia, you're starting to think, who can I also bring along for that? That's why we're in the Power Broker Report. We're all that. We're looked upon as the brokerage to watch over and over and over again. Inman, Market Watch. Everyone is saying, as it says here, we're the Amazon of real estate. I'll take that, because you know what? Amazon took an idea and turned it into a multi-billion-dollar company. And our CEO, Glenn Sanford, has done the same thing. The difference is, instead of one person making all the money, the CEO, Jeff Bezos and Amazon, we're all making the money and the success that is called eXp Realty. So it's easy. Just jump back to the person who asked you to come here and just say, listen, a 20-minute online application, I can do that. Then I can, send a letter to my broker saying, I so appreciate what you did for me, but now I got to take it. I got to think about my family. I got to think about my kids. I got to think about my legacy. And I need to join this eXp train. In fact, John, Mary, when I get all signed up and like that, I want to come back and talk to you about taking the whole brokerage and bringing it this way, because we're bringing more brokerages than we're even bringing agents anymore, because you can't stop a good thing. Tom?
I love it. I love it. So guys, by now, right, we're just 35 minutes into the presentation. Pat Manning did an amazing job sharing with you what? Training, support, tools like KV Core and SkySlope and eXp Enterprise and a Metaverse and Workplace and all that stuff. And then a lead generation system so you can generate more leads than you can handle. An amazing compensation plan where most agents who've done 3 more transactions starts at 80%. There's no sweetheart deals. There's no special boys club or special girls club. There's no, my cousin, my mother is the broker, so I get a special deal. Everyone gets 80% split. And when you earn your way and you close $3.2 million in sales volume, in most markets, that's between 6 and 8 transactions, you then automatically graduate to 80% commission. You automatically graduate to 100% commission, and you don't have to negotiate the deal. You don't have to find a better deal and go back to your broker and negotiate it. And then the broker goes, hey, Pat, you're such a rock star. I was taking 40% from you. Let me give you 80%. No. It's a deal for everybody. That's what I love about this organization, is the transparency. All right. And then you graduate to 100%. And then you get stock ownership. The more you sell, the more you get stock in this $2 billion publicly traded company. The more you help agents bring to this organization and invite them to these Big Win Wednesdays, and we help you bring them into the organization. Pat and I and other leaders will share this program with you. All you have to do is invite them, like someone invited you to this call today. You join, they name you as their sponsor, all right? And then we give you more stock for helping the company grow. And then we give you health benefits, the best health benefit plan on planet Earth for real estate agents. Did you know that a third of the agents here, according to the National Association of Realtors, don't have health insurance? So there are 19 of us on the call. I would bet there are 6 of us on the call right now who do not have health insurance. Wow. And then of the 70% of the 13 of us who have health insurance, if you aren't with eXp, 70% of you don't have the right health insurance plan, because insurance changes and it's way too complicated, and you don't have anyone to give you true consulting for free to make sure you have the right health insurance for you and your family, because we all age and we all change. If that's not enough to join eXp, what is? Guess what? We have more time left, Pat. Let's get into the revenue share. And this is
Wait a
the
minute,
last.
there's more? There's more?
Right? There's revenue share. Let me lay it up here. Let me paint the picture, and then Pat will go through the description. eXp is a cloud-based brokerage. We take in 20% commission, just like Airbnb, Netflix, Uber, Amazon, and I love what you said earlier, Venmo and Cash Apps, where you don't have to go to the bank anymore, but you can do business remotely through the cloud campus. But we take in 20%, but we don't need 20%. Glenn Sanford was brilliant when he came up with this plan. Let's get rid of the bricks and mortar. And then let's take all those savings and give it to the likes of Pat Manning, who gives of his time, who comes on this call, time away from his family to share the program and help the company grow. And we're going to take that 20% and we're going to divvy it up in 7 tiers, just like this plan here. All right, because we don't need it all. And we're going to reward the agents using company dollar, the company's 20%, not the agent's 80%, to reward those agents who help the company grow. And that's who Mr. Pat Manning is. Go ahead, Pat.
Well, let me, I love, showing all those numbers, and it's 7 tiers. And it's the idea that you can make up to, well, here, let's go back very quickly, 3.5%. So maybe I bring in you, Tom. Or no, I'll give you an example. Tom, you brought in Kenny. So every time Mr. Olson does something up to his capping at that 16,000 cap, you're going to make 3.5% on all his transactions from the company dollar, not from his dollar. That wouldn't be right. For the company dollar, because as you said, Glenn Sanford said, let's take a portion of it, put it aside and pay the people who deserve to be paid, up to $2,800. And then in the year comes around again, his anniversary year, it all resets, and you can make another $2,800. So every time you have someone in your tier 1, Mr. Kenny Olson. Now, Mr. Kenny Olson cared enough about me to say, Pat, legacy, got to hear it from Tom Trong. We did everything right. I listened to Tom. Now I'm tier 2. So every time I sell something, Tom is going to make 4%, up to $3,200 until I cap. Kenny is going to make up to 3.5%, up to $2,800 until I cap. Again, from the company dollar, from Glenn Sanford's dollar, from the eXp World dollar, okay? And never from the agent who's working hard, because that wouldn't be right. But how many times do you see fees taken, bleeding out of people who are the ones that are doing the deals, doing the open houses, driving their butts around, spending the gas and the wear and the tear and away from the family? As you said, Tom, rightly so, we compensate people for the professionalism that they show in this industry. So 7 tiers down, you can do this. But my wife always goes, Pat, stop, math, give an example. So I'm going to give an example. Let's use a $600,000 sale. I never thought I'd see $600,000 sales where I live here in upstate New York, and they're like dandelions in summer, man. They're popping up all over the place. So a $600,000 sale, let's just say somebody listed it, you sold it, 2.5%. Well, 2.5% on a $600,000 sale, 15 grand. The 3.5% is paid out of the 20% GCI, okay, the gross commission, okay? No split, and then the 3.5, $15,000, 3.5%. You see it, math is math, $525. So I sell a $600,000 sale. I am making between myself and the 80/20, I'm making $15,000 along with eXp. Maybe I'm at 100% already. I'm making the 15,000. Kenny Olson is making $525. Tom Trong is actually making more than $525 because being tier 2, I'm on tier 2. That's all you need to know. The point is, I produce, they mentor. I feel good about the model that I'm in. They make me feel good that I am a valued member of this industry. I sell, we all make money. God bless America. Okay, so that's the single agent revenue share, and that's how it's done. Tom, did I miss anything?
You're good, man.
Now, you don't have to stop there. You can also sponsor people. Hey, now maybe 9 out of 10 people never sponsor anyone. They just don't want to. But you know what's happening in our industry? It's not broker driven anymore. It's agent driven. Agents attract other agents. It's not like, hey, I'm Pat Manning Realty, or I'm, again, no disrespect to anyone. I'm Century 21 Pat Manning Realty. You got to come with me because I'm the only one that can give you the tools. No, the tools are now open in the internet. So you agents are now looking for the best platform, and they're looking to hang with people they know, like, and trust. So an agent is going to bring an agent. What a shame that you don't know other agents that you actually like and you wouldn't show them this. Just show them this. More so, you know what? Don't tell them about it. Show them it. And we'll talk more about that in the rev share in the next hour. But the bottom line is you can take advantage of this. And then those who are involved in it, they can take advantage of it. Who you sponsored, they can take advantage on it. And like the old commercial, and so on and so on. But Tom put these panels together. Tom, would you explain what
Sure.
this plan is all about? It is a great
Sure.
example.
If you go back to the last slide, I would appreciate that. Go back to the last slide. So guys, imagine this is you in, go click all the way through. That's it. This is the one. Click all the way through right there. Okay. So guys, you are a real estate agent. You are in orange. At some point in time, you're going to grow up in your real estate career and you want to add real estate agents, like a listing agent, a buyer agent, a transaction coordinator, another team member, so you can find leverage and live a life that's not stressful, right? And you're building a team. In this example, there's teams like this everywhere at Remax, at Century 21, Coldwell Banker, so on and so forth. And every one of those 5 agents are on your team. And for eXp, we reward you. In addition to the 80% split that you get when you're selling houses, we take 3.5% from the company dollar, from the company's 20%, and reward you for building a team because we don't have all that overhead. We take it one step further. We encourage you to help your team members build teams of their own. So you bring in Susie. Susie brings in Larry, okay? Because you help Susie and Larry plug in and sell more houses, we will not only reward you 3.5% from Susie's production, but also 4% from Larry's production. As soon as you build a team of 5 or more. To get to tier 3, it's 10 or more. To get to tier 4, it's 15 or more, so on and so forth. So in this example, when Larry helps Susie sell a house, Susie sells a $600,000 house, you will get 4% of 15,000, which is $600,000. Next slide, please. And we'll pay you up to the point where those agents cap. A capping agent is someone who sells about $3.2 million in sales volume in a 2.5% market. In New York and Massachusetts, it's about 6 to 8 transactions. And then after that, they cap. When they cap, they go to 100% that there's no more revenues to share. So 3.5% of $80,000 is $2,800 per agent per year. If you brought in 5 agents over the next year, 1 every 2 months, right? You will then at the end of the year earn about $14,000 of revenue share coming from the company dollar. Let's say you rinse and repeat, and in year 2, you help those 5 bring in 5 each, 1 every 2 months. Well, when you help 5 bring in 5 each, that's a total of 25 on your tier 2. And when they all sell 3.2 million or more, they're what we call a capping agent. You'll get paid up to $3,200 per agent per year, or $80,000 on your tier 2, plus the $14,000 on your tier 1. And there's a proven model to make $94,000 a year or $7,833 in a month. Case in point, Pat Manning's been with this organization for 90, approaching 120 days. We've already helped him bring in 5 agents in 90 to 120 days. I mean, 4 agents, right? 4 agents. And he's already helped those 4 bring in another 5 each. So Pat is well on his way to hitting this proven plan. Full disclosure, just because I did it doesn't mean you can do it. But just because I did it at my slow pace doesn't mean you can't do it faster than me. And I want Pat Manning to go faster than me. That's why I'm pouring into him and supporting him. I did this slide in 1 year. Pat, you can go twice as fast if you so choose. Sky's the limit. Next slide, please. Here's a proven plan to find 10 agents. If you found 1 agent a month starting now in February, by December, if they sell $3.2 million, you will have 10 agents in your revenue share organization. And they're going to pay you $2,800 per agent per year times 10 agents is $28,000 a year. By December 31st, you would have earned an annualized revenue share of $28,000. Then next year in 2024, you help those 10 bring in 10 each, 1 every month. By the end of 2024, you would have had 100 agents in your tier 2 selling $3.2 million. That equates $320,000. Add tiers 1 and tiers 2 together, you're looking at $348,000 a year or up to $29,000 a month. Folks, I was a slowpoke. I did this in 3 years. We have agents in the organization right now who are doing this in 1 short year. And we're going to share with you how to do it. Just show up in these calls. Next Wednesday, invite 50 agents and you'll see how fast you will grow. The Wednesday after that, invite another 50 agents and you'll see how fast your revenue share grows. It's a proven model. It works. Just invite agents. That is it, folks. We are done. We're doing well in advance of time. We have 10 minutes left of this hour to join. If we did not invite you to this call, we are not your sponsor. Whoever invited you to this call is your sponsor. You name them as your sponsor. Okay, that's critical. Okay. Guys, I hope that Pat and I poured into you today. Pat, thank you so much. You're a rock star. Thank you for all you do for our company. I appreciate you. Who has questions, comments, testimonials? Let's hear it. I see this profile pictures. Everyone smile. I see some blank profile pictures. Eric Thomas, thank you for your smile, my man. We feed off your energy. Comments, questions, anybody?
I can't knock them if we can't see their picture because they've now gone to another screen and they're joining. You know,
That's right. That's right. You're at the join.exprealty.com and you're filling out your application. You get joined. You're right, Pat. I love it. I love it. I love it. Kenny also says, if you're around or anyone else, I don't want to call him right now, but if you want to give a testimonial, great. If not, we are done with this session. We'll stop the recording. Okay. And we're going to take a 9-minute break and we'll come back.
Kenny Olson can weigh in.
Go ahead,
I
Kenny.
can weigh in for a couple of minutes. It was really, really good to hear both of you, Patrick and Tom. When I understood the model, when you sat me down, Tom, in December of 19, I realized that Glenn Sanford had figured out the holes that were in the real estate donut. The real estate donut with the healthcare component, with revenue share, with equity in the company, ripping off the Band-Aid. Everyone across the board gets an 80-20 split. Everyone is a 16 cap across the world. There's no sweetheart deals. So there's no tension in the office because someone got a better deal because for whatever reason. You know, I said yesterday was Valentine's Day. There's no sweetheart deals, even on Valentine's Day at eXp. Because everyone's equal. It's a level playing field. And the 2 opportunities that I've had to spend with Glenn Sanford in his home a couple weeks ago, and then at a Saratoga event, I commended him. I said, Glenn, you didn't fuss when you made this model because you could have screwed around and said, hey, if you're a stud, we'll give you 90-10. You know, if you're a stiff, we'll give you 70-30. And I just love what he did. You know, and it's bold when you say, oh, not only will we do all that, but we're going to take 50% of the company dollar and we're going to put it into this thing called revenue share. And those are the people which we now know is 1 out of 20 agents will participate. But most agents get involved because of all of the other benefits that are within this model. So thank you too for illustrating that this evening. I have 34 years of experience. You can't trick me when it comes to real estate brokerage. I understand it. I know what agents want. You know, they want to earn as close to 100% as they can. They want leads, they want support, and get out of their way, you know, or when they need you, they want you there. And that's what we have 1,900 employees in the cloud that work for us, you know, which is unheard of. You know, you're not waiting around for checks to be cut because people are hawking your SkySlope file. And if they're not competent, not doing their job for us, they're not going to be around. So thanks for giving me an opportunity to share. And Patrick, fantastic to hear you. Tom, thanks for bringing it.
I
Kenny,
love
I
it.
can
I
only
love
hope
it. I love it. Go ahead, Patrick.
I only hope I see, Tom, if I may, I see George Lewis on here. George just joined in a matter of just a couple days ago. I can only hope that I and Val Kerr, who brought him in, because I couldn't wait to work with Val. And Val said, I know this guy. I want to work with this guy, so on and so forth. Okay. It was a transplant from New York City up to our area. The point is, here he is on less than 1 week in the business with eXp on Big Win Wednesday. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. And you know, the idea that we're just helping other people, you know, find their teams and their dreams. I'll do this all day long. That's why I wake up now again with renewed sense of excitement.
I love it. All right. Thank you. Eric Thomas, he's fired up. I love that. Eric, I see the drum set behind you. So while we take a 4-minute intermission, you want to you want to drum for us?
I only beat on it for emotional support.
Let's go, man. I want to hear your drums. You got 4 minutes until the next session. No?
All you're going to hear is thunk, thunk, thunk.
All right, guys. Let's see. We're going to get into revenue share quick start training. I'm ready to go. Pat, you want to take a 3-minute break, or we want to get right into it?
Listen, you're much older than I am. I'm full of energy. Let's go. If you want to go, then I'll go.
Let's get into agent attraction, revenue share, quick start. Guys, on this session, I'm asking everyone to turn on the video. I'm sharing you with my secrets. Turn on your video. This is a requirement. Sam, can you please make sure going forward that you put in our marketing videos required, otherwise you're going to get kicked out. I mean that, okay? Guys, we pour into you. We don't get paid to do this. Imagine if I did the rest of the call like this. What do you think? Am I personable? Do you think that this is good training? I'm just asking you to be curious and be curious and open it. I want to see your faces. What we're going to teach you here is going to revolutionize your business and the way you build generational wealth for a very long time. Okay. Sam, for tonight, go ahead and stop the recording.